Have you ever felt like no matter what you do, money just slips through your fingers? Like it's always out of reach, even when you work hard. You're not lazy, you're not cursed, but there is something happening underneath the surface. And once you see it, everything can change. Let's start with this. Most people don't even realize they have a money blueprint. It's like a hidden plan inside your mind and body that tells you how much money you're supposed to have. The wild part, that blueprint got built when you were really young, before you even had a say in it. My name is Paul Bauer. This is Quantum Reality Awakening, and I'm a certified master life coach, NLP practitioner, and I've been studying the laws of the universe for nearly a decade now. And today, we're going to start rewiring that old money blueprint that's been keeping you stuck. Imagine your brain is like a garden. If someone planted weeds in that garden years ago, they're still there, growing, spreading, and blocking out the good stuff. These weeds are old beliefs like money doesn't grow on trees, or rich people are greedy, or I'll never be able to afford that. They seem harmless, but they shape your choices, they shape your energy, and they shape your results. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Every thought you think, every belief you repeat, it sends a signal, not just to your brain, but to your cells, your heart, and even your field of energy. That's where science and spirit agree. Your body listens to what your mind says. So if you tell yourself money is hard, your body tenses. If you say, I can't afford it, your nervous system prepares for lack. Over time, this becomes your normal, and normal is powerful. But here's the truth no one ever told us in school. Your blueprint can be changed. You're not stuck. You're not born poor or rich in the mind. You learned it. And if you learned it, you can unlearn it. Even modern physics shows us that we are more energy than matter. And energy responds to intention. If you start feeding new signals to that system, your field changes, your body changes, and soon the world around you starts to match that new blueprint. This isn't about pretending. It's not about writing down a goal and waiting for it to fall in your lap. It's about becoming someone new, little by little, day by day. And as you change inside, your results begin to show up differently. That's what we're here to do. Now, in just a moment, I'm going to walk you through how that old blueprint got wired in the first place. We're going to take a gentle but honest look at how your thoughts, your family, and even society help build the ideas you have about money today. And the best part, once you see it, you can change it. Let's get back to where it all began. Not when you got your first job, not even your first dollar. Let's go back to when you were a little kid. Think about this. When you were young, you were watching and listening all the time. Your brain was open. You picked up ideas like a sponge soaks up water. You watched how your family talked about money. Maybe you heard things like, we can't afford that, or money doesn't grow on trees, or rich people are selfish. You didn't know what was true. You just accepted it. That's how your money blueprint started forming, piece by piece, word by word, feeling by feeling. Now, your brain is like a supercomputer. Once a message is programmed in, it starts running on its own. That means you might still be carrying those old money messages today, even if they don't help you, even if they make you feel stressed or stuck. You're not doing it on purpose. Your brain is just following the old program. But here's the cool part. You're not that little kid anymore. You get to ask new questions now. Questions like, is that belief even true? Does this help me or hold me back? Do I want to keep this? And your body remembers too. If you've been feeling tight in your chest when you talk about bills, or your stomach flips when you think about prices, that's not weakness. That's a signal your nervous system is reacting to old fear. But just like your brain, your body can learn a new way to feel. Even science shows that your thoughts can change your brain. That's called neuroplasticity. It means your brain is not fixed. It can grow new paths, just like you can replant a garden. So now that you understand how your money story got wired in when you were young, you might be wondering, how do I actually change it? Let's break it down simply. Your brain works with pictures, feelings, and repetition. That means the more often you imagine something and feel it in your body, the more your brain believes it's real, even if it hasn't happened yet. This is where energy comes in. Every thought you have carries energy. When you keep thinking, I don't have enough, your brain and body start to feel tight. You close off. But when you think, I'm open to new income, something softens, your chest relaxes, your breathing changes. That's the start of shifting into overflow. Think of your thoughts like a radio station. If you keep tuning into the scarcity channel, all you'll hear are reasons why money is hard to get. But if you tune into the abundance channel, you start to hear new ideas. You start seeing new paths that you didn't notice before, not because the world changed, but because you changed your frequency. From a neuroscience view, this has a name, your reticular activating system. It's a part of your brain that acts like a filter. It decides what you pay attention to. So when you start thinking rich thoughts and feeling open, your brain actually starts looking for things that match that. That's not magic. That's biology working with you. In quantum physics, it tells us that everything is energy, your thoughts, your feelings, your actions. And when you stay in a steady state of trust and openness, your field begins to attract matching results. You don't have to force anything. You just have to start seeing yourself as someone who lives in overflow. Feel it, picture it, practice it in small ways every day. Now, let's get into what to do with these new thoughts. How to create habits that make overflow feel natural, even automatic. You'll be surprised how simple some of them are and how fast they work when you stay with it. Because it's one thing to think about overflow, it's another thing to actually live like someone who expects good things. And no, I'm not talking about spending money you don't have. I'm talking about how to build simple habits that train your brain and body to live in abundance. One of the best ways is gratitude, real daily gratitude, not just for what you already have, but for what's on the way. When you say thank you for money before it shows up, your body feels like it's already there. That feeling gets stored and your brain starts to accept it as normal. That's when things begin to move. Another big habit, stop speaking like money is always missing. You don't have to lie to yourself. Try, that's not where I'm choosing to spend right now. That little shift changes your power. You're not a victim anymore. You're in charge of where your money goes. Also, try tracking what comes in, even the small stuff, a refund, a surprise gift, an extra client. When you notice money coming in, even in small ways, you teach your brain to look for more of it and it will find it. Now let's go deeper. When you start practicing these things, you may feel old thoughts coming up. That's normal. Your brain is used to the old blueprint. When it sees you changing, it may try to protect you by pulling up doubt. Just breathe through it. You're not doing anything wrong. You're doing something new. Remember, energy doesn't lie. When you think better, feel better, and act from that space every day, you're tuning into the vibration of overflow. Now, let's bring this all together and show you how to stay in this energy, not just for a moment, but for long term. That's how overflow becomes your new normal. So now that you've got the basics down, let's wrap this up with one last piece. The truth is, overflow isn't something you force. It's something you allow. You don't have to be perfect. You don't need to pretend to be someone else. You just need to keep choosing the thoughts, feelings, and actions that match the version of you who already lives in overflow. That version of you isn't worried all day. That version of you knows money comes when it's needed. That version trusts the process, even on slow days. It doesn't mean you sit on the couch and wait. It means you take steps from a different energy. You work when it's time to work. You rest when your body needs to rest. And you expect good things to come because they always do. The shift out of scarcity is not about money alone. It's about trust. Trust in yourself. Trust in the energy you're putting out. And trust that the universe has always been listening. If this episode helped you think differently, feel something new, or gave you even one tool to try, then we're doing something right. I want to hear what landed most for you. So drop a comment. Let me know what you're walking away with, and be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. I'm Paul Bauer. This is Quantum Reality Awakening, and I'll see you next time. Keep growing, keep trusting, and remember, overflow isn't coming. It's already on the way.